Right, so I'm starting this video, picked up my phone because I've just had some news. My Audi Q8 that was stolen, recovered, has gone in for some warranty work at Audi control modules. There was TPIs, basically common problems with the car. I've just had a phone call to say it is complete, which is 3 days before Gaston track at Silverstone. So I'm on my way to pick it up now, just walking out there. And I'm hoping to get it back, fit a tow bar, and then tow my RS3 door to Silverstone with it. But I've got a lot of things to do, so yeah, this is going to be there's just a lot going on in this video because we need to fix the RS3 3-door as well, hopefully get a prop on that, tuned to stage 2, and I've only got 3 days to deal with this. So first step, let me go get the Q8. So this Audi Q8 Black Edition is only 2 years old, and the worst part is I had no idea what the mileage is because someone had damaged the virtual cockpit, so the mileage was completely blanked out. And as we can see, there's damage pretty much all over the car. Quite minor damage, but because the front bumper needed replacing, the parts weren't available from Audi. That's the reason the car didn't get fixed by the insurance company, and it got sent to Copart, where I picked it up for just under £37,000. Now, trade value on this car is £51,500. So we've got £15,000 of leeway here to try and get this car fixed. Now, it doesn't look that bad, but there's a lot of issues with this car. Firstly, I can't even get in it. What's it? What have I got stuck on? Oh, incredible. Right, there we go. Oh, get in. Boom. Wheels are looking straight. And once I finally got into the car, that's kind of where my problem started, because although I had a boot full of parts, it was all damaged, it had all been ripped out, not taken apart nicely. And I would like to say this was organised crime, but this was definitely disorganised crime, because they were intent on doing as much damage as possible to the car, which doesn't really make sense if they intended to try and sell it on stolen. I don't really know, but yeah, there was just so much damage, and it's going to cost thousands to rectify. And my front camera's missing as well. Oh, brilliant. And in the last video, we did get most of the faults rectified, but as you can see from the virtual cockpit, now it's working, it's revealed a lot of faults. Now, there was actually a TPI, which is a common problem with this car, and it's under warranty, so I shipped it off to Audi, and that's where they've had it for the last 2.5 weeks to try and fix it. So I've just jumped back in the car, I've just been handed the keys, and she's running, and the only fault I've got now is low fuel. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Audi. I do have my warranty confirmation here. I'm going to talk you through exactly what they did when I get back. But for now, we have a fully 100% Q8, which means you can now buy tickets for it. Now, I was just editing this video and just realised I hadn't told you what the problem with the car is, what they did under warranty, so I had to come back and film it. Now, after reading it all, it sounds like, because they had the car for 2.5 weeks, and originally they said they fitted a new chassis control module and it didn't fix it. But reading this, it sounds like they ordered a new one, fitted it, and the new one was also faulty, which threw a bit of a curveball because then they thought it was a different issue. Technical in Germany then told them to, basically, there was a Q8 in stock or a Q7 in stock they had in the showroom. They said, take the control module out of that, test that one. And apparently that cleared the faults and it all worked. So then they had to order another new one from Germany, fitted that, and then that worked. So it just was the control module in the end, but a new faulty one, it seems, threw a spanner in the works, and it's the reason it took a couple of weeks to get sorted. So yeah, we are all good, and Q8 is perfect. And here she is now back, and you can see we have the Compete for Cars sign in the background, which means this car is now live on Compete for Cars for just £2.99. And what an epic, I love Audi Q8s. What an epic car. It's now your chance to win it. And yeah, she's all absolutely perfect. Just got back from Audi and they've cleaned it for me as well. Just jump in the interior. Nice new virtual cockpit, 6,900 miles. Start her up. And the only fault we've now got is a fuel, oh hello, fuel warning light, and I think a service light. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get the service done. I'm going to get Quattro-Tech to do the service. So then it's 2 years old and it's following the manufacturer's guidelines for service then. So that will be done for the new lucky owner. So as you can see, the car is now absolutely perfect, and everything is spot on with it. It's really, really nice car to drive. Yeah, guys, it is live. Go grab a ticket. I'll be sad to see this one go, but we aren't quite finished with it yet because I have ordered a tow bar, and the lucky winner, whoever wins this, is going to have a detachable tow bar fitted to it as well, because I'm going to fit a tow bar and we're going to hook up the RS3, which I've just gone and picked up. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So now the Q8's finally finished, we can have this all anticipated breakdown of costs. Now I've just written everything down here. I haven't added anything up yet. I think I'm well under budget. I don't think there's going to be an issue there. It's just how much, really. So the car was just a smidgen under £37,000, and I went and picked it up. It was just down the road in Sandy. It was only 20 minutes away. It's an unrecorded, stolen, recovered car with undisclosed damage. Now, I can guarantee you the reason I picked this up so cheap was it was down to a gamble, and that gamble was the fact that the mileage was completely unknown. And the fact there was actually, insurance company put loads of circles all over the paintwork, which were absolutely nothing. I think I've mentioned before. I just really think they wanted to get out of having to repair that car. So mileage was completely unknown, so it could have been 1,000 or 70,000 miles in those 2 years, 2 years old it is. So I think that is the main reason why I got this so cheap. So £3,000 for a virtual cockpit, £600 for a front grille. Now, paintwork in the end was £1,350. That's getting the bumper repaired, painting the rear bumper, the new rear bumper, getting the wheel arch trims done as well. So there's a fair bit there. Spare key was £333, and miscellaneous is everything else. So I've written everything down here, like the front and the rear cameras, the new sub box because it was broken, the new door card, internal door component of the near side rear, and then you got the front camera wiring loom, bolts, bonnet catches, bonnet Bowden cables, bonnet latch. There was loads and loads of little things. I have gone through and added all up, and they were £1,207. So that brings us to a grand total here of £43,490. Now, for those of you saying about the headlining, it's still on back order, it's still no ETA, and I've had the headlining repaired, and you can't really notice it anyway. I mean, I struggled to find it a minute ago. So it is what it is on that. I can't do anything more really until a new one turns up, and that was £1,000. So at the minute we're at 43,490. I don't think there's anything else I've missed. Everything else is in the miscellaneous. Now, going over to what the car's worth, I put the car into Motorway, basically a trade platform, and they have come back and said I should be able to sell that tomorrow for £51,250. And looking on Auto Trader, the equivalent car from like an Audi dealer, which is about right, they're tracking at about £54,500. So as you can see, I'm about £8,000 up nearly. So yeah, had an absolute result with the Audi Q8. As always though, I think it was down to the virtual cockpit not working, the mileage bin unknown, massive gamble. So it could have quite easily been 15 grand to fix this, and the car could have only been worth 40k if it had done a lot more miles. So we'll take that, it's a little win, and luckily the car is absolutely immaculate. It pretty much feels like brand new. It's only done 6,000 miles. So the tow bar for the Q8 should hopefully be here tomorrow. So until then, we're going to move on to the RS3 3-door, because obviously the idea is fit a tow bar to that. It can tow 3.5 ton. We can put the trailer on it. We put the RS3 on the trailer, and then we're going to Gaston track at Silverstone on Saturday. Appreciate this video will be going out after that event, so there's no point me banging on about it now. So while we can't do anything with that until the tow bar comes up, let's go check out the RS3 3-door, because I've just picked it up from Quattro Tech, who tried, keyword, to install the Revo Stage 2 package, but we had a bit of a problem because of the lack of prop shaft. Now, as a bit of a preventative, before they put the map on a car, they take it out for a test run, and they log the engine's knocking and stuff like that, just to make sure that it's all good standard. And because it doesn't have a prop, the TC kept kicking in. Computer wasn't happy at all, kept just messing around, and it wasn't very smooth. So unfortunately they didn't want to upload the stage 2 without it giving a like a base run, basically, to making sure the engine is fine standard. So which I understand. Obviously they're looking after, they don't want the engine to be any issues. They don't want to load a stage 2 map on them, find out that obviously the engine had an issue beforehand, because then it just complicates things. So I understand that. So it isn't the end of the world. If I've got to take it to the track day with 400 horsepower front wheel drive, it doesn't really make much difference to me. I'll still have a good day regardless. But we are going to try and get the prop done. I have ordered one. It has turned up. It's from a 3-door Golf R, but I think I've made yet another cock up. So I've just had a 3-door prop turn up. So this is off a Golf R 3-door, and I'm really hoping it's going to be just 3 and a bit centimeters shorter than the RS3 and I've got there. And also I'm hoping that the connections at the front and the rear are also the same. Obviously it's been well boxed up, so I need to just remove this now, and fingers crossed it will work so it can go straight on the car. Right, after spending about an hour trying to unbox this prop shaft, yeah, it's not going to work. I believe I've been too trigger happy again. I'm blaming the time frame. I've only got 2 days to try and get all this sorted. So I just panicked, went on eBay, found a 3-door Golf R prop shaft, thought, yeah, that'd be fine. Didn't even bother looking at the pictures. I don't know why. And ordered it for because it said next day delivery. And here it is. And you can see straight away that it's a completely different coupling at the front. And not only that, but these are actually the exact same length. Now, classic me, I've done the research after I've bought the wrong product. Weirdly, it turns out that the Golf R 3-door and 5-door are the same wheelbase as the A3 5-door, but the A3 3-door has a slightly shorter wheelbase. So it's really confusing. I don't know why. So the A3 wheelbase, the 3-door version, is shorter than the Golf 3-door variant. The Golf 3-door is the same as the 5-door Golf and the 5-door A3. But the 3-door A3 is shorter than all 3 of those. I don't know why, but it is. That's just me assuming. You probably would assume that the 3-door A3 and the Golf would be the same and the 5 doors would be the same, but it's not. So obviously that's why my 3-door prop shaft is the same length as the RS3 one, because it's the same wheelbase, which is really annoying. And after doing some research, I found that the 3-door A3 wheelbase is actually the same as the Q2 and the T-Roc. So I need to find a prop shaft from a 4-wheel drive T-Roc or Q2, SQ2, or a obviously A3 Quattro. But the other difference is the couplings are different. So this is just quite difficult all round, to be honest. So we need a different coupling and we need the length altered. So now does it go back to the fact of do I try and just get this shortened and repaired rather than mess around buying yet another prop shaft? So unfortunately, I don't foresee this being resolved before the weekend. I've only got, as I said, 2 days to do this, so I can't see myself getting that sorted. Luckily though, I can just drive it in front wheel drive mode. It isn't the end of the world. It just won't be, it just might be a bit hissy fitty on track, but I'm not gonna go mad anyway. So let's head over to the RS3 door anyway, because it's got 4 brand new Michelin PS5 tyres on it, which I don't really want to take around the track and ruin, if I'm honest. So I have an idea. And my idea is there's a random pile of wheels here and they have tyres on. Now this is going to be a bit of a full circle moment, because these are the bald tyres that were on the RS3 and it was the reason the insurance company never paid out. Now as long as the track's dry, bald tyres are good, maximum grip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit these original wheels to the car for the track day so I can ruin tyres that are already ruined anyway, if that makes sense. Don't want to ruin my nice little brand new PS5s over there. And also the other problem is, I think I mentioned in the last video, but we are getting a bit of rubbing at the front. It's nothing major, to be honest. I have done a couple of full locks and sometimes it does catch. Maybe it's just worn away a little bit, I don't know. But yeah, I think loads of people were crying out, they wanted the original wheels fitted to the car as well. So I think for the track day, I'm gonna put the standard ones back on. Right, so the prop shaft saga continues. Luckily I can send this one back, it's just obviously a pain in the arse. And I've just been speaking to a subscriber actually who his job is to fabricate and fix prop shafts, and he's done 10 to 15 RS3 props already, because these centre bearings, as you've seen, the balls have fallen out. They're very precious and they can fail quite easily. So what he does is he actually cuts out this the bearing here and fits in a sliding CV, just uprated and less likely to fail. And while he's there, he can also then lop off a section. So basically, done a load of research. TTRS one is too short. An SQ2 or a T-Roc four-wheel drive is the right length, but then I'm going to have the issue of the end here. It's a different fitting to the front diff. The RS3 is the only one that has that sort of coupling. So there's no way around it. I have to adapt an RS3 drive shaft. So I'm going to send this off. We're going to cut an inch out of it, or just over an inch, and we're going to replace the centre bearing with a new uprated sliding CV joint, which means it's not definitely going to happen in the next 2 days. So the RS3 3-door will be at Gaston track with front wheel drive only, which also means I won't be able to get it stage 2 mapped, but I mean, it's still going to be 400 horsepower front wheel drive. That's probably enough anyway, to be honest. Front wheel drive 500 horsepower, maybe a bit pointless. Right, so this boost leak is interesting because I've had a quick, it's so difficult to see up here as well. There's just no room to look at anything. I've had a look at the Revo elbow I've fitted, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I have fitted it right. There is no gap. And also I thought, well, that side of the intake isn't under boost anyway, so it wouldn't be that anyway that's making the noise. Now I've checked my boost pipes, they're all tight. I mean, I've nipped the boost pipes, the hose clips up a little bit more, but I don't think that's the cause of the leak. And then I'm thinking, is it possibly the exhaust clamp might need nipping up? But I can't see definitively that it's loose either. So I'm a bit of a loss as to what that noise could be at the minute. I can't see anything else obvious under here. So I'm going to drop the car back down and yeah, see if I can see anything from the top. But I'm going to go get my wheels as well and swap over the wheels. So that's that done. And good news, I've just had my tow bar turn up for the Q8. So I'm going to open the box up, make sure everything is good there, and then we can get the Q8 in and start fitting a tow bar. So if anyone wants to know how to fit a tow bar to a car as well, I think it's quite a simple, it shouldn't be too bad a job. Annoyingly, I've already had the bumper off once already, but yeah, and we're going to be wiring as well the vehicle specific electrics. So I'll be coding the car and telling it it's got a tow bar. So basically it will act like a factory tow bar. Now I can't see anything obvious with the exhaust. That looks all good, I think. It's hard to see anything. My intake elbow here is a bit loose, and the bolt at the back, which you have to put it in before you put, there is a little bit of movement there, so it could be maybe air hissing in instead of hissing out. So I'm going to try and see if I can do that bolt up quickly. I had to speed that footage up a lot because that took genuinely about 35-40 minutes just to tighten that one little bolt. What an absolute nightmare. Right, it's now tight, so I'm hoping that is the problem. And then getting my original rotors out of storage, giving them a nice clean, ready to stick on the RS3. No, I'm not really sure. It obviously does look good, but compared with the Vossens, the silver, I just don't think it looks as good. Now, it may be because obviously the Vossens were custom fit to fill the wheel arches, whereas these are going to be a lot further in, so it doesn't look as aggressive. And the wheels look smaller as well for some reason. I mean, it still looks good, but yeah, I think the Vossens look better. But for now, let's go and see if this rattle's gone. Oh, bonnet's not locked. Don't need it to be. Yeah, I think we're good, you know. I think we're right. Oh, so let's put gravel down. Oh no, traction control. Oh, I've got to turn, one sec. Right, traction was cutting in a treat then, so I just had to turn it off. She's a bit wheel spinny, and there is no boost noise, so yeah, I reckon we've sorted that. So, on to the Q8. Now, I was about to get the Q8 in the workshop and start ripping off the rear bumper, and then realised I'm going to football in half an hour, and I'm going home in the Q8 tonight, so that would not be great. So, as I said, I've got about half an hour, so I'm going to turn my attention to some of the wiring. Now, the wiring is definitely going to be the hardest part, and that is, well, you can see that there's a lot we need to do to wire in all the electronics. Now, as I said, I'm going for a vehicle-specific kit, which means it's going to be like it's factory fit. You wouldn't know the difference. This is basically the trailer control module, which replaces what the OEM one would be if it had it. And it's quite clever. I don't have to splice into the indicator and the side lights and the brake lights, etc. I can just splice straight into the CAN bus loom, and then the trailer control module will then talk to the body control module, and it knows what signal to request for like brakes, reverse, and everything like that. So it's a clever system, and as I said, it will act just like the factory one. You've got two options. We have ones with trailer preparation. If I've got trailer preparation, I can literally just plug these two plugs straight into it in the boot, and if I don't, I will then need to use these and splice into the CAN bus loom, and also I need to put a couple of terminal 30 fuses in for ignition live and an earth as well, and then plug obviously the control module in, and then we can go straight with these ones to our 13-pin connector, which is obviously going to go next to the tow bar. So today hasn't gone to plan whatsoever. I was supposed to come in nice and early this morning. It is Friday. Crack on with the tow bar, get that all fitted, and just clean the cars, get everything ready for Gast on track tomorrow. However, I've just got in. And if we look at my watch there, look, Friday the 25th, and it is 5:10 in the afternoon. And basically, for those of you who followed me for a long time, I have a transport company as well. And one of my drivers called in sick this morning, which means I had to go and deliver 2 cars. And I've only just this second got back. So time is really of the essence. I've got to leave here in 12 hours to head over to Gast on track, and my car currently doesn't even have a tow bar fitted. I've got to work pretty quick, so I'm going to film as much as I can. I'm probably just going to put it on a time lapse. I'll butt in quickly where possible, but yeah, I've got to crack on, because in those 12 hours I do actually want to go to sleep as well. But whilst I've been away, the cars have been valeted, so they are both now ready to go, nice and clean. So first up, we'll get the Q8 in and get a bloody tow bar fitted. Now, do you ever do that thing where you know you're really rushed for time, but you can't help but procrastinate? Yeah, Now, after getting carried away with doing kick-ups, it was time to crack on, and the first thing we need to do is take the bumper off and fit the tow bar itself. Bumper was actually really easy to take off, as I've already done it before, so that took no more than 5 minutes. And then we need to remove the original crash bar because we're replacing this with the tow bar, and as you can see there, we put that new one on, and we can put the tow bar onto the new crash bar, which is part of the tow bar, torque all that up, and we need to then feed the wiring into the chassis rail of the car. There is a pre-cut hole for this because cars can come with the trailer package, and once we fed this into the car, we wired up all the 13-pin electrics, and then essentially we can then put the bumper back on. Right, that is torqued up, wired, traced into car. That's the external side of it done. Obviously just from putting the bumper back on, but otherwise time to turn to the interior for now. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to show you from here, to be honest. But here's my wiring, and I've got to tap into the so I've got to do some ignition lives into the fuse box here, and I've also got to tap into the CAN bus, so I need to get me instructions. So this is the tricky bit, doing the electrics. Luckily I had a diagram that told me what to do, but essentially we are just connecting into the CAN bus of the car. We are basically inserting a trailer control module into the CAN bus. We need to add a couple of lives, a couple of earths, and then the car just literally does the rest. I don't really know how it does. Voodoo, we're going to call it, but hopefully it works. Right, that last clip you saw, my camera ran out of memory on the card. Don't have time to go and erase it and start again, so I've just cracked on. I was pretty much there anyway. I was just finishing off doing the CAN bus, plugging that in. And then, no, sorry, I was putting the lives in. So I was putting the 4 lives into the fuse box and then just had to stick the fuses in. So now it's got an ignition live, plug the trailer control module in, and then just basically just put it all back together. I've obviously reinstalled the bumper, and I'm really happy with my cut. Look at that. So we've got the cut under there where the tow bar goes, and perfectly, if we just put my finger in there, bring down, got the electrics. And just swing it up out of the way. So happy with that, that's beautiful. And the only other thing I've done is I went into the diagnostics and basically told all the control modules that need to know in the car that it now has a trailer hitch installed. So gateway, trailer ECU installed. Obviously I've had to tell the chassis control module for the air suspension. I've had to tell the reversing camera. So every time you put it in reverse with a trailer on, it doesn't put the camera on, and the sensors. Rear trunk, so when you open the boot with the trailer on, it won't open like it does normally. And assistance system. Basically, it's about 6-7 different systems, and also the instrument cluster. So when you put the indicators on, it also puts a trailer symbol on as well. So there's just about 8 or 9 systems that you have to then tell you've now got a trailer installed. So effectively now, it's no different from a trailer assist package or trailer hitch package. I don't know if it's got assist, although there was an option to tick assist, or I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty much like factory anyway, apart from the looks and the fact that it doesn't electronically retract. But I haven't tested any wires, and I'm really hoping that's not going to come back and bite me. I've just basically just plumbed it all in like I should have done. I've put it all back together, and I don't have a test light, so I literally have to reverse it out the workshop, reverse down the yard, plug it into a trailer and test the lights. So I'm just going to hope it's all good. About to find out. Oh, and by the way, I did that in 3 hours, so I'm happy with that. Right, so that's the trailer we're taking tomorrow. So let me just plumb her in. I'm going to put the camera down. Side lights are working, that's a good start. Hazards are working, yes, I think that bulb's actually out. Side marker light is working, so that's good. Number plate lights work. All right, let's try individual indicators. Fog lights on as well, beautiful. I think we are gravy. I can't test the brake lights because on me Todd. Water bottle comes in handy. Beautiful, full house. So I'm going to leave it hooked up to my transporter. I'm just going to put the RS3 on the trailer, strap it down, and then in the morning I'll hook up the Q8 to the trailer, and we are good to go. And I shall see you in the morning en route to Silverstone. All right, we're all loaded up, ready to go. She is on. No problem so far. Managed to reverse around the corner. See you at Silverstone, unless something bad happens en route. So first little track session complete. However, it was not without incident. I did get a coolant light come on within about 30 seconds. And as you can see, look, luckily it's all right. It's just gone a bit low. But obviously driving around, I had no idea what that was. I didn't know if it dumped all this coolant. So I basically just did a very chilled lap. I have since found, for some reason, there's a coolant pipe in the top there. It's got a slight little nick in it and it's just losing that tiny bit of coolant. I don't know why that's leaking, but it is, and that was the cause for that, so that's good. And the other issue is the brakes are 3 years old. They're not great. They've got rust on them. They feel horrible. So when I was braking, I was getting a load of brake judder. So overall, I'd say it's a successful drive because I did 2 laps and I didn't have to get recovered in. But it does need finessing for the road. So I'm going to call it a day there, but I call it a success. So that is it, made it back all in one piece, and well, the Q8 performed absolutely flawlessly today. I mean, to be fair, so did the RS3. It's just, I only did 2 laps in the end. We had a coolant issue, very slight leak, but obviously I didn't know at the time. But the main problem was the rear end was really, really juddery, and it turns out that, yeah, discs and pads that have been sat for 3 years and not done anything turns out isn't that great for track use. So the rear end was just really juddery under braking, and obviously coupled with the coolant light, I only did 2 laps, came in, and you know what, it doesn't really matter. I did a couple of laps. I wasn't there testing the car hard anyway. I'm now going to order some new disc and pads all round, I think, stick those on, and I've been peer pressured into it as well. I spoke to about 10 people yesterday and every single person said how much better the car looks in the flesh than it does on this camera, which is true because I keep saying it. And everyone also prefers the rotors as well. So I've been peer pressured into keeping the rotors on, and I'm going to put some new tyres on all 4 of those and keep the rotors. And I'm doing that purely because I have another car that the Vossens will fit on a lot better. So yeah, you'll be pleased to know the rotors are going to stay on. Obviously there will be probably a follow-up video on the RS3 because we need the prop fitting, we need the stage 2 doing, we need the MOTing. Still haven't heard back from the DVLA yet, so there will be more content on the RS3 still to come, guys, so don't worry about that. But it is the end of the road for the Q8. She is done and dusted. So yeah, go grab your tickets, guys. Absolutely lovely car. It drives genuinely like it's brand new. I drove a lot of brand new cars and it just drives like a brand new car. It has only done 7,000 miles. So yeah, go grab your tickets, guys. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this different type of videos. Not really a specific thing going on. It was more a bit of a vlog and taking the car to Silverstone. Had a good day there. So massive thanks to Officially Gassed and Gassed on Track. Great event. And I hope to see you there next year as well, guys. Who knows what car will bring. So that is it for this video, guys. You'll see the RS3 again. Q8, go buy your tickets. Good luck, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.